Good morning, everyone. I just thought I would just jump on real quick to talk about some things that have been on my mind for the past couple of days. I have looked at a very popular song that just recently came out by Kendrick Lamar. I think that's his last name, Lamar, that came out this summer. And apparently there's some type of challenge, not like us challenge going on. There's people doing their own version of it, even some Christians who are doing their own versions of it. So I thought I'd check out the song and listen to the lyrics because I don't want to be bopping to a beat and not know what it's about. And came across this song. I looked at the video with the lyrics, and I also read the lyrics just by doing a simple Google search and reading the lyrics. And I've noticed that there's a lot of black people that like this song, and they're thinking it's about race. Not like us. Nobody knows that they're not like us. We know they're not black like us. They don't understand like us. But the song is not even talking about race. And what really startles me is that people are not even understanding the subliminal messages that were in the video and the overall message that they were trying to convey. I don't know who's part of Kendrick Lamar's creative team and if he had any influence on the videos and a lot of the symbolism that's in it, but when I watched the video, I couldn't help but to pick up some of the symbolism that's in it and the message that is given, and it had absolutely nothing to do about race, Black America. And I want you all to listen to me loud and clear. I watched the video. I listened to it with the music. It is a lot of profanity. I don't usually listen to music like that. That's just not what I do, because we're made to worship. And music plays a heavy role in our praise and adoration to God. And so when you listen to music that doesn't glorify God, it kind of does something to you. It gets stuck in your spirit. You don't want to meditate on that all day. And I don't recommend that you go and watch it so that you can bop to it, because the song is very addictive. The music, the beat, that's what people like about a lot of the music. That's why sometimes when some people give their life to the Lord, it's hard for them to let go of certain music because of the beat. The beat is attractive. The beat is seductive. It draws you in because you're made to worship. But as you grow in the Lord, you take authority of those things and you learn to censor and limit what you listen to and what you let in. But this particular song, since it's been heavily popular, where people stop dead in their tracks when they hear this song and start dancing from it. So, but not understanding what they're dancing to. So I listened to the song and, listen to it and what the real subject of the song is about. I read the lyrics, I watched the video with the music, and I also watched the video without the music. I muted the music just to look at the symbolism, because a lot of times these people who make these music videos, they add stuff and show you, they're telling you a story, they're telling you something. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. And so when I watched it the first time and saw the symbolism, it just stuck out like a sore thumb. So the first part of the video, I'm going to just break what I saw down, along with some of the lyrics that he's saying as well. And also, disclosure, do not take this as me telling you to go listen to it and bop to it and all this other stuff. I just want you to recognize the season that we're in. How, there are people that not in church, don't confess Jesus as Lord, and they're exposing evils that's going on. You have that God is raising up a lot of Cyruses that are close to certain situations, and they can tell you about it and expose it, and that's what's happening. The same with Trump. It shocked me that God would even use him, because God really had to wake me up for me to recognize and even accept that he's using Trump. Out of all people, it's like, really, you're using him, God? We can't be so religious that we write off people that God can't use. He'll use whoever he wants to use. I'm just telling you, they may not be super spiritual like you and know scripture like you do, but nevertheless, he'll use them if they're close to a situation to expose it, and that's what's happening. I mean, this year kicked off with the comedian Cat Williams exposing a lot of the stuff that's going on among our favorite celebrities and people that we looked up to for years, and they're doing dirt behind the scenes in our faces, and we don't know, we don't recognize it. And then fast forward throughout the year, we're seeing people getting arrested that we never thought would be in jail and getting exposed for a lot of evils that they've been committing. And so don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. But let me get started with this video. When I watched the video, when you see the video, the opening scene is him approaching this room, right? And he has to give a secret code word. And this clown answers the door, right? And he wants to know what the password is. And the password is, "I see dead people." Now, we know that phrase comes from a particular movie, The Sixth Sense, right? So first it starts off by letting you know that, hey, he's having a spiritual moment. He can see beyond the spiritual realm, okay? And so now he enters this place of isolation. He entered this room of isolation. And if you notice, he's dressed in all white from head to toe. He's dressed in all white. And he's sitting on the front row of this, among these dancers or maybe some angelic beings, or so to speak. And a girl starts dancing, right? Well, I think before she starts dancing, he's sitting in the chair. No, I think she just starts dancing. And then he's sitting in the chair on the front row, and he's sitting in the middle. And the girl to his right hands him a Bible. And he takes the Bible and he hides it in his bosom. If you look at the girl's left arm, she has the numbers 444 tattooed to her arm. Now, 444, for me, it means the coming glory of God, the coming of the Lord. And that's found in the book of Ezekiel. You can read that. The four living creatures with the four faces and the four wings carrying the four corners of the throne of God, the coming glory of God. This encounter rocked Ezekiel's world that he couldn't get over for 7 days. You can read that story on your own. Now, in the New Age world, in the cultic world, it may mean something else. But for that to be featured in the video, I don't think that was a coincidence. Okay? And also 444 could be they say this is the frequency of which angels sing, something heavenly and angelic. So right off the bat, the video is telling you that he's having some type of spiritual experience, or he's been called spiritually, or he's this holy man, right? And so the scene changes after the girl gets up and starts dancing. He actually says, before the scene changes, he actually says that when he's criticizing Drake, that, I would hit you in the head with the Bible, but God watching, something like that. Then the scene changes and he's in darkness, right? He's no longer in that room anymore. He's sitting in dark. He's standing in darkness. And from what I hear from other reviewers, they're saying that particular scene is a replication of one of Drake's videos. I forgot the name of the song. And one of the characters is dressed like Drake. He has like a ski mask on. And so he sneaks up behind Kendrick Lamar, and he tries to attack him, but he's blown back. He can't attack, he can't touch him, right? Then the scene changes. Now this part right here was very significant to me, because I whenever I see this symbol, it reminds me of a particular demon. The next scene is him with a stick, right? And he's beating a piñata that looks like an owl. Now, whenever I see like that symbolism, it reminds me of the spirit of Moloch. It's also synonymous with Freemasonry. Now, according to reviewers, because I'm not familiar with any of Drake's music, I don't buy his albums, I don't listen to his music, but it's the symbol on his OVO album. He has an owl on it. Okay, but like I said, it's synonymous with from what I know, is synonymous with the spirit Moloch and Freemasonry. And some of you may know of Bohemian Grove. They have this owl that's there, and it's lit on fire. They do this false ceremony where they replicate like human sacrificing, okay? Molech is associated with abortion, children sacrifices. It's associated with Baal worship. And in Baal worship, they participated in a lot of orgies, sexual perversion, a lot of debaucheries and stuff like that. And out of these sexual perversion and promiscuity, women end up getting pregnant with children they didn't want. So when they had these children, they sacrificed it to this demon god called Molech. Now, I've seen Molech portrayed in different ways as the owl and also this bull-headed creature with horns. Okay? So, I could say more about that, but I'll wait to talk about that. So in this scene in the video, he's beating a piñata that looks like an owl to beyond recognition, until it's completely destroyed, almost as though you can see that when he's beating it, he's pretty much chopping his head off. And that's the part of the song where he's going wop 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 wop, and everybody loved that part of the song, wop 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 wop. And you just bop into it, not even know what he's talking about. You don't know what he's destroying, this evil spirit. You don't even know. You just like bop 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 wop 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 wop. And I found it fascinating that he did a pop-up show in California, and he was doing that, and the whole crowd was just going crazy. It's going wop 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 wop, F him up, like that. He was leading a whole audience into beating up this spirit, okay? And coming against this spirit that hates children. It hates children to destroy them, and it has a profound hatred for children. And this spirit is associated with abortion, child sacrificing, and also human trafficking, sexual traffic, exploitation of children to pretty much destroy children, the next generation. I remember one day, and I'm going to get to this point, what I was going to get to earlier. I was with some women in a prayer meeting, and we were instructed to pray for different nations and, the church and certain different different topics and stuff like that. And as I was praying, I remember seeing a picture. The Lord gave me a vision of this spirit Moloch. Now, we're used to seeing Moloch sitting like in like an altar state with fire in his hands, and you see the altar, how they erected an altar. You can Google this and look up Moloch and the altar and what it looks like. And it has this face of an animal, and it has like horns on his head, and it's just sitting down. But I didn't see this spirit sitting down. I saw this spirit mobile. I saw this spirit. It was standing up. It had armor. It had a sword. And I saw this spirit snatching up children of different age groups and ripping his head off and completely killing them. This spirit has such a hatred for children. And it was literally destroying their lives and killing them and murdering them. And it had no compassion. It did not care. And I realized that this spirit is mobile. It's not just sitting down. It's not an altar. It's not some, notion or idea that was erected. It's a literal demon that is out for our children and out for blood for our children. And it's walking the earth. This spirit is walking, it's destroying, it's operating in our society. And the fact that this video has come out to expose this lets me know that God is about to do something about it, because he's hearing his children cry out and their blood. So getting back to the video, he's beating the hell out of this piñata, right? I mean, you can watch that part. If you don't feel comfortable listening to the lyrics, then you can Google the lyrics, read it for yourself, and you can deduce what he's saying. But I promise you, he is not talking about race in this song. So many people think that he is. So anyway, the scene changes from him beating up the piñata, and then that wop 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 wop, that scene. Then you see a little play yard, where like a concrete area where he's crip walking over the game hopscotch. Now, hopscotch is an outdoor game commonly played by children, specifically little girls. And throughout the song, he's calling this pedophile out, this man, Drake. He's calling him a pedophile. He even mentions in the song that y'all travel in packs. And I'm going to be like some basketball player. I forgot the guy's name. I think it's Stockton or something like that in the song. And this man was a Caucasian basketball player who refused to play with Karl Malone on the team because Karl Malone, during the time when in his heyday, he was it was discovered that he impregnated a 13-year-old child, okay? And he's a pedophile. And in the song, he's like, I'm going to be like Stockton. Like, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all and what y'all doing. And that's basically what he's saying in the song. And so people thinking, oh, this is a diss track to Drake. No, y'all missed it. This is not just a diss track. He's exposing him. And a lot of the people that you all look up to, you buy their albums, you buy their music, this person has been groomed to be this gangster rapper, and he never lived that lifestyle. He did not grow up in the hood, and this is someone, he's like an industry rapper. It's what he's talking about. He didn't live it, you know what I mean? And so he's not with this person. And he's saying, we're not like them. You know, these people are frauds. They're disgusting. These are disgusting perverts. They're monsters. And I remember even in one of the songs, part of the song, he mentions ambulance. But when you look at the lyrics, that's why Google the lyrics. He's not saying ambulance is as in what we used to have, spelling it. It's a play on words. He's saying amber lance, like, Amber Alert. An Amber Alert is usually an emergency alertness when a child has been abducted. So he's not talking about race throughout this song, y'all. He is talking about, these children who are victims to being abducted by these disgusting monsters out here. Okay, so you see the hopscotch game commonly played by little girls, and then he's crip walking over it, and that's when he's making that famous line that people love, that he had them chant in the pop-up show, A minor, and it's a play on word as well because he's talking about dealing with he's messing with minors. Okay, again, we're talking about pedophilia and preying on victims and preying on underage victims. Okay, so the scene changes again. And I believe the scene changes to the part, I don't know if it's him dancing with his family. Apparently he honors his family, covering his children. I believe it goes to, he's in like what looks like a, what do you call the containers? Those containers that they put on ships and trains, right? And he's dancing, him and some guys are dancing. He's even standing in one, an empty one, dancing, right, in these storage containers, these shipping containers, and he's in what looks like a shipyard with these containers, right? Now, what most people don't know is that their children are being trafficked and they're being put in these storage containers and shipped all over the world. That's what most people don't know what's happening. And just recently we had a port strike. And the media showed that, hey, these people are striking because they want more money. They're trying to come to a deal so they can get better benefits and all that other stuff. But rumor has it that that's not why they were striking. They were striking because the men who worked these ports were tired of hearing people screaming and children screaming and crying and banging on the walls of these containers to get out. And so when they open up these containers, they find people in them who are like pretty much sitting in their own feces and waste and from other countries. And so what happens to these particular containers, if these people are not rescued, what happens is they sit in these shipyards, and then they're placed, there's a machine that grabs them and transport them to the cargo trains so they can be transported all over the country. Our border is wide open. It's over 320 plus children who are missing And it's because of the Biden administration. They had that border wide open. They did away with Trump's border security laws, reversed them, and had that border wide open. As soon as this administration took office, these people started coming over here. You know why? Because they were lied to. They were lied. They were promised jobs. They were promised money, all this other stuff. And then you have children who were unaccompanied by their family, who were being kidnapped and brought over here and sold into human trafficking, sexual trafficking. These children go through a whole lot. They're being sold, raped repeatedly. Their bodies are broken. And when they are no more use, they kill them. And we do not know how bad this stuff is. We have no idea how bad it is and what these children are going through. And I remember there was a young man who has a YouTube channel. He had a dream about this, how the children from India were being transported in these containers and shipped all over the place. And our government has something to do with it. They know about it. But he deleted the dream. And I remember him mentioning something about Kamala Harris. This is when she first ran for president. And he saw her in the dream. And I forgot the details associated with her being in that dream. I don't know if she's going to do something about it or if she's allowing it. But it was during the same time that the movie Sound of Freedom came out. And when Sound of Freedom came out, it actually showed you that these children are being transported in shipping containers. So this is a real thing. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Kendrick Lamar had that featured in his video. Y'all better wake up, because he was not talking about not like us being black. He wasn't even talking about race. If he was talking about race, it was a very minute, small degree. Okay? I just want y'all to understand that. Because when I saw those shipping containers and then it was marked to be on a train, I'm like, I cannot believe this. I just wish people, see, they hide stuff in plain sight. And I, you know, I can be a little bit, I guess I'll be a bit objective. I'm like, maybe they didn't know they did put these symbols in it, or maybe they did. Because at the end of the video, you see the owl again. This time it's alive, and it's put in a cage. The owl is locked up, and then he walks away. Now, the only eternal jail I know is hell. But I also believe that it's a prophetic picture that this is this thing that people are doing that they think they can get away with these children. They about to experience some judgment here, and there's some people going to jail. We're going to see like historic jail sentencing and people that we are going to be shocked about. You know, I'm a little nervous going into 2025 because this year was a year of exposure in preparation for what's coming. But I think next year is going to be far worse. It's going to be like a year like, whoa, shocking, but also woe unto you who shed the blood of innocent lives. Woe unto you who don't fear God. Woe unto you who do evil and think it's good. I believe that's what we're going to come into next year. We're going to be so shocked. I'm a little nervous because I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I'm really prepared on what else is going to be exposed. That's the thing. And so my thing is, you know, hold on to your seats, because the ride is about to be bumpy, y'all. We in for a bumpy ride. And so I just wanted to share that, you know, because like I said, I don't know who his creative team was, if they intentionally put these symbolisms in that video. And, you know, but to me, I think a lot of people missed it. You thought he was talking about your blackness and race and all this other stuff. No, he's talking about a bigger issue that's happening that we are not paying attention to. And it has something to do with your children and you protecting them from these monsters, these pedophiles out here who think it's okay to mess with a child as if they are an adult. And God is tired of it. He's using people who don't even look like Christians, ain't Christians. He's using the Cyruses, the ones who ain't toting the Bible around, but they probably read the Bible in secret that you don't know of. But they're close to these situations and they see it head on. And he's using them to expose it. Just like earlier this year, we witnessed Cat Williams exposing a lot of stuff that's going on. And we're shocked at a lot of the things that's happening now. God is no respecter of a person. And I'm sorry if it offends your religiosity, but you have to get to the place where you don't put God in your religious box, because I guarantee when you open it, he ain't there. He ain't in your religious box. So get in prayer, get lined up with God, understand his heart and his mind and what he wants to do, because I guarantee it's going to transcend your religiosity and your religious box that you want to put him in and what you want to put other people in. Because we're living in a day where God is no respecter of a person, and he's raising up Cyruses all over the place. And these are not your conventional people. They're not the ones that's, they may not even be saved. But pray for them. If you're concerned about them, pray the hell out of them. If you're that concerned about their soul salvation, fast for them. Because we want to sit here and pretend that we have a burden for souls, but not really demonstrate it. But I just wanted to share that because I noticed it. This is things that I saw when I watched the video. And, tell me your thoughts. Put them in the comments. Give me your thoughts on this. We can have a discussion. I promise you I won't block or delete you and stuff like that. But if this video offends you and I'm just too much and like I can't believe you listen to that ungodly music, I can't believe it. If it's too much for you, honey, then you can block and delete me. I got over 100 plus people waiting to add me as friends. So I can replace you. And if, it don't really mean a hill of beans to me. So I just thought I'd post this today. It's about, let me see what time it is, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go vote, do early voting, and I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump because that's God's choice. And I'm going with him. And so the sun is coming up. It's glaring in my face. But yeah, give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. And if you want to watch the video, watch it. But if you feel uncomfortable, listen to that. And which I don't, like I said, I don't strongly recommend that you meditate on it. You can listen to the song with the lyrics and mute it, look at the symbolism and see what I'm talking about. And if you have any insight, please let me know. Because I often see that spirit Moloch is synonymous with the owl synonymous with Moloch. And then I also see the Moloch as this altar, and also, with the creature with the demon with the horns on his head. So I often those get, when you do a quick search on it, you'll see an owl, the demon owl, and all that stuff. I really believe that might be associated with Freemasonry, and then the other creature is actually Moloch. But give me some insight on that if any of you know about what I'm talking about. Feel free to drop it in the comments and let me know. But I just thought I'd jump on and talk about it because it needs to be said. And I don't know if any other people have watched the video and saw the symbolism in it, but it really stuck out to me like a sore thumb. And it's something I just could not ignore and not talk about and pretty much warn people. But that video ain't got nothing to do with you being black and people not understanding you not like us, all of this stuff. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not into children. I like to protect children from these evil monsters, and I pray that God pull the sheets right off of them, because this has got to stop. And he's shining light on it. He definitely shining some light on this. But when I listen to that song, like it's not on my playlist. I have one that's on my playlist, but it's a Christian version one. But there's some clean songs out there. But when I hear this song, when I think about it, it kind of makes me sad. It's not a song that I would bop to, even though the beat is addictive. But when I examined the video and looked at the overall message and what he's conveying, this is not a song of celebration. It really is kind of sad. It's kind of a celebration song, a celebratory song in a sense that the enemy's kingdom is about to come down. It's about to come down. And I really believe this song is kind of prophetic, honestly. I'm just saying. You can take it or leave it. Take it like a grain of salt. If you want to watch it, do it at your own leisure. Pray about it first. If you feel that you need to pray about it, then pray about it. And, feel free to comment. You guys have a wonderful morning. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Get in the Word of God. Get filled with the Holy Spirit so that God can open up your eyes so that you can see what's going on in the spiritual realm. All right.